Good morning from the edge, or actually I think it might be afternoon by now, but whatever. It is Friday, November 25th or 26th, 2021. It's the day after Thanksgiving, so our tradition is to go out and do opt-out Friday instead of Black Friday. It's a thing started by REI years ago. So we are off of historic Route 66 between the town of Parks, Arizona and Williams, Arizona. Behind us you can actually see it says Kaibab National Forest, Oak Hill Snow Play Area. We're just showing you that because that's actually where you park. We're actually going to go across Route 66 through a gate and show you where we're going. We are gonna hike to Keyhole Sink. So it's about a mile out there and a mile back, so we'll flip around and show you what it looks like. Come along. So there is the sign that we just filmed in front of. We pan around here. There is a dirt lot here. There's our car. And we're actually gonna go across Route 66 and through the gate. So this is what the gate looks like. They do have the Keyhole Sink Trail sign here. And I think you literally just pull the chain. Yep. So it does look like they are logging in this area right now. So there are signs up. Waiting for us to secure the gate. So yeah, our car's over there across the road. There is a restroom available at the trailhead. And we'll take a little walk. So this is new. We've actually been out here quite a few times, and there's an actual trail guide. That's cool. So we'll have to take one of those. So you really can't lose the trail here, but they do have markers on the trees to show you where the trail is. It's pretty well obvious where the trail is. They are doing quite a bit of logging in here, thinning it out. And I know, just like fire, a lot of people don't like to see logging in our forest, but it's good for our forest, just like the forest fires are. So helps them grow and helps them not to be overgrown, so therefore wildfires are much easier to control. So we did just cross a newly developed logging road, which was not the greatest sight, but they got to be able to get in and out to do their operations. Little sign saying that there's logging in the area. So this trail is rocky in places. We are in part of a volcanic field. So usually by this point we're trying to pick our path because this low area is normally filled with water. And I did not expect to find any water coming out today, as we have had no moisture this winter so far and are still in the middle of a drought. So one of the draws to this hike is Keyhole Sink itself, which is a lava flow sink in the shape of a keyhole. But there's some other cool things out here. So that's why I didn't mind coming out even if there was no water. But we've hiked this in the middle of winter when the waterfall was frozen. We've hiked it during the spring when the snow was melting, making a nice waterfall coming over the sink. But I'll have to show you a little bit more about what I'm talking about once I get out to the sink, about why it's still cool to come see even if there is no water. So we're getting ready to actually enter the edge of the sink. This is where the trail gets a little more rough, a little more rocky. You got the canyon wall coming up on the left side and boulders on the right. And and I lost the trail, but luckily there are the blue markers. So the brochure I picked up at the beginning of the trail has numbers on it that apparently they're supposed to be numbers to mark features. I have not seen any of those numbers, but that's okay. So we're actually coming to the informational placard on the fence surrounding the actual sink. So we'll get up to that and show you that. Here's the informational placard. So the other draw I was telling you about is this is actually a petroglyph site. And if you don't know where to look, you might not be able to find them, but I'm actually going to show you where they're at. You do have a sign-in sheet here. If there's actually anything in it, there is. So we'll go ahead and sign into that and make our way through the fence. There's the archaeological notice. And I gotta figure out how to work this. There we go. So they do have a fence all the way around this. And there's a little bit of mud. Not really any water, but a little bit of mud. Russ is gonna close that gate for me. And we'll go into the heart of the sink. So at this point we do have the canyon walls on 3 sides and the gate to the back. You actually do have a little bit of water down here in the sink. But yeah, that right in front of me and that black part is actually where the waterfall comes over. It's gorgeous. I'll have to post sometime about it. So we're going to go left of the main water hole, I guess you would call it here, and into these rocks. And it is a little muddy here. Kind of climb up on these boulders. And I don't know if the sun's gonna cooperate with me here, but I'll get a little closer. But you can see them right there. There is a wall of petroglyphs right there. So it actually took me 2 or 3 visits out here before I actually stumbled upon these petroglyphs. I knew they were out here, but I didn't know where. So, and apparently there are more, because according to the brochure, there's actually a depiction of natives kind of herding deer into the sink in order to hunt. So I'll see if I can find those. But for now, I'm going to turn off the camera so I can safely climb around these rocks. I will not touch the panels where the petroglyphs are, because oils can help erode the rocks, and we don't want that. Sadly, these were damaged back in 2010 when vandals spray painted over them. But it took the Forest Service and volunteers years to get them back to where they were. But I'm gonna turn off the camera for a minute and look around. So that wall in front of me is the one that I just showed you. So if you come to the left, Russ actually did find it. It's quite faded. You can barely tell. Right there on that rock is the keyhole with the animals coming into it. But yeah, there's petroglyphs all over these rocks. So just to show you the size of the walls on this sink, Russ is over there. Why don't you wave to us, Russ? So yeah, he's kind of tiny compared to these walls. I came over to the right side of the sink to see if there's any more petroglyphs over here. And I'm not seeing any, but that doesn't mean they're not there. So these boulders right here, looks like they literally just broke off of the wall and fell down, which they probably did. It looks like there's more ready to come down. I'm sure that's, water getting in the cracks, freezing, and just cracking the rocks. So you can actually hike up on top of the sink where the water would come down. I don't think I'm going to do that today. But I did want to come out and show you guys the petroglyphs and the Keyhole Sink. Maybe one day I'll get back out here and actually show you water coming off of it. That would be cool. But I do remember I will add a photo or 2 of previous visits to this vlog just to show you. There Russ goes to explore some more. See if you can find any more petroglyphs. As we are looking around here, we have found a couple of the numbers. We also want to let you guys know, because there's been history of vandals here, it is monitored, so make sure you're behaving yourselves. So we are basically back to our car. I hope you enjoyed our little hike out to Keyhole Sink. Until next time, bye.